you are, YouTube. Doodaloo 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 doo. Hey, subscribe if you're willing. No pressure. Let's do a random ranking. Let's collect 3 films from behind me and then rank those movies from most favorite to least favorite. Also, I'm kind of excited. Not to say that I'm stopping random rankings or anything. I'll always be doing them, but I've had so much like of a giant workload on me lately, and I've sort of calmed it down. I've calmed it down a little bit to where my nights won't be as late, and that's kind of where random rankings came from. Like, my days were just busy, my evenings were busy, and it was like I only got like 5 minutes to film. And then I came up with this idea, but I finished a lot of work, so I'm just not going to be quite as busy as I was. I should have more of an evening. So I don't know, maybe that'll turn into some other videos. I have some things planned anyway that I would like to show, kind of like show and tell type stuff. I don't know, that was fun. That was one of my favorite parts of 3rd grade, doing the show and tell. So yeah, I might do that. But anyway, let's get to picking 3 movies. Let's do, I don't think I picked anything from here. One here, then I pick a lot from there. Let's go here, and then maybe something, where? Let's go, trying to find, okay, I'm gonna go all the way back here. If I can reach it. Okay, we gotta make sure I've seen, oh, I dropped it. All right, I gotta make sure I've seen all of these movies, and if I haven't, well, if there's one I haven't seen, I gotta replace it with one that I have. So let's see what we got here. Have I seen them all? Yes. 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 Whoa. Maybe some hot takes? I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, let's start with the first one here. True Lies, James Cameron. Schwarzenegger, Tom Arnold's in this, Jamie Lee Curtis, Bill Paxton. Yeah, this is a great action movie. Great action movie, but it's weird because to me, this seems like the Cameron film that isn't James Cameron for some reason. Like, it seems the least James Cameron because it's not an ambition of, like his other ones, it's very clear visually that he's pushing the medium forward, right, with new technologies and things like that, like Avatar, obviously, Titanic, obviously, Terminator and Terminator 2, obviously, The Abyss, obviously. It's just like clear he's pushing the medium forward, and we can all tell because it's all there, right there on the screen. Here, I don't think it's as obvious. It's just like a show in craft perfection when it comes to like action film, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's fantastic, but to me, well, fantastic might be not the right word, because his other films are fantastical, right? This is more grounded, I guess you could say, but there's something different about it. Very good though. But when I think of James Cameron, this is one that my mind does not go to, because my mind usually goes to the ones where you can see it on the screen, that, oh yeah, it's James Cameron. And here it's a more keen eye, I think, to where you're like, oh yeah, James Cameron. Next, we have Groundhog Day, like a masterpiece right here. Fantastic movie. It's also amazing, although I've heard some people don't like this, but to watch the same thing happen over and over and over again and not get tired of it. It's great. Bill Murray's so good in this. Andy McDowell. It is just, and I guess what it's sort of saying on like a philosophical level, like finding peace, finding perfection, I guess. And I always wondered, like, how long did he do this day for? And I think in the commentary they say there was like a joke that it was like 10,000 years or something like that, which I think would be interesting, if having to relive that day for that long. It's kind of like a vampire in a way, like living forever, except for it was just a single day that he's living forever. Which I feel like after a while, if you are a vampire, it would feel like that, just one long endless day. rather than here the same day over and over again, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is great. Harold Ramis directed it. Just an amazing film. Think I think it would have been great had he been nominated for Best Actor, had this been nominated for Best Film. I think it's unique, interesting. It's not really unique anymore, and it probably wasn't like the first of its kind, but it's done so well. Stephen Tobolowsky's in it. Chris Elliott is in it. It's just fantastic. Then we have X-Men First Class. Now this sort of like pulled X-Men back together. Like things were off the rails, not very good. You had X3, which wasn't that great, but you did have Kelsey Grammer as Beast, which was awesome, but it just like wasn't that great of a film. And then we had like X-Men Origins Wolverine, and it was just like, ooh. So this movie sort of like was like, okay, recalibrate, and I thought it was great. I love this movie. I don't watch it much anymore. I probably would more if I had more time, because I like it. I think James McAvoy here is a fantastic Xavier. Fassbender is a fantastic Magneto. I would love for them to fall into the MCU if allowed. I think that would be great. Beast is my favorite character of all Marvel. As you can probably see there. I also love Magneto right there. But yeah, Beast is my favorite. I really don't like this version of Beast. It's one of my... I don't know. It's okay here. I don't like it later when they start introducing the like serum to where he can turn it on, turn it off, because that was clearly just so they wouldn't have to put him in makeup all the time, but also and to show Nicholas Holt's face. But that's sort of the thing about Beast, is he always has to look like that, you know, and he's responsible for it, for taking that serum, and then he always has to. So yeah, I don't like what they did to Beast later. I wasn't too big on that. Emma Frost looking great. Okay, so yeah, and this was like before Jennifer Lawrence was Jennifer Lawrence. This was like kind of our well, no, I can't say that because we had Winter's Bone, but as like a blockbuster star, this was before, if I remember correctly, Mockingjay and all that stuff, Hunger Games. So how do we rank these? Oh man. See, this is hard. X-Men is like my favorite thing ever. So do I put X-Men number 1? Masterclass in action right here. Aliens too. I don't even think I mentioned Aliens. Okay. You know what I might do? I think I'm gonna go... See, when I said hot take early on, it was because I kind of knew True Lies was going to be last with these two, because I knew it was going to be wrestling these two. Like an all-time classic, like perfect film, or me loving the X-Men. And so, but what I think, you know, even though I love this movie, I think it's a lot of fun. I think Kevin Bacon is great in it. I may dock some points because I love Beast so much, but I'm not into this look for Beast, sort of when he's cat-like. I love 90s Beast. It's my favorite. And just, I don't know. Nicholas Hoult, I don't think played him quite right, but I know he's supposed to be younger and trying to figure things out. But Beast is more like he was a football star in high school. Like he was very smart, but at the same time he was kind of like a jock, like a cool jock. So this whole like, oh, I'm a little nerd and I'm embarrassed or whatever, doesn't quite work the way I want it to for him. I want him to be like a lumbering football star. But yeah, I'm going to go, because of that, I think, and just because I've loved this movie for so long, I'm going to go Groundhog Day number 1, then X-Men First Class, and then True Lies. This is my ranking right here. My question to you is, have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all 3 of them, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. And perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.